pretty common problem I've seen with frontside 180s is this. A person will try to do them, but they won't get the full rotation. Or they'll get the rotation, but they'll end up landing on the tail of the board, which prevents them from rolling away clean. So if this sounds like you, or you're having some trouble with your frontside 180s, I have a couple of tips to help you. First, set your feet up like you would for a frontside 180. Make sure your back foot is a little bit in that pocket so you can get the scoop to turn around. Step 1, wind up. I feel like a lot of the reason people can't get a full rotation when they do a 180 is because they're not moving their shoulders enough. When you go to do a 180, wind your shoulders up opposite the direction that you're going to rotate. Then rotate them front side as you ollie and open up your arms as you turn. Make sure when you land to follow through just to give you that full 180 rotation. If you can properly swing your shoulders around, your hips will follow and you're naturally going to turn 180. Eventually you won't have to emphasize the swing around with your shoulders so much, but it's a good step to practice in order to get that full 180. Step 2, shift your weight. This is the other most common problem I see when people are trying to do 180s. When you rotate a 180, you're shifting your weight from your back foot to your front foot. So you're essentially starting off regular and landing switch. However, I see a lot of people who, when they try 180s, start off regular and land fakie. That makes it harder to get a full rotation and to roll away cleanly. Fix this by practicing 180s with a pivot. Pop your board, land on your nose, and pivot from there. You have to get used to this feeling of shifting your weight from your back foot to your front foot. Eventually, once you get more comfortable, you'll be able to turn the whole 180 in the air instead of pivoting on the ground. Step 3, combine. So practice both of these steps individually until you get them really good and then put them together. You should notice that once you combine them, you won't have to pivot on the nose as much, and you also won't have to wind up your shoulders as much. Each step kind of picks up the slack of the other one, and you end up with a nice well-balanced 180. So remember, wind up and be sure to throw your shoulders around because your hips will follow. And also practice shifting your weight from your back foot to your front foot and turning. And if you've done things right, you should end up with a nice 180.